Want to get some shooting in today, but I want to be quiet. I want it kind of on the down low. So maybe I'll use this 22 suppressed. Maybe that'll do the trick for me today. We'll see what happens. I mean, it goes, and it's quiet, but I don't really know if that's going to be enough for us. That's only like a 40 grain bullet. Not probably going to do the job. So instead, let's try this 300 blackout. These are shooting 200 grain bullets, and we'll see if this kind of gets what it is that I'm looking for out of this thing. It's a nice little SBR, very compact, and it is doing the job, but not exactly what I'm looking for still. Here you go, buddy. Oh, wow. 458 SOCOM, 476 grains and subsonic. This is probably exactly what I'm looking for. What's up, guys? Welcome back to Rugged Adventures. Super happy to have you guys here. Today what we have again is the 458 SOCOM with the Hybrid 46 suppressor on it. I've been kind of into 458 SOCOM since I got this upper, trying to make it work well, but the round is just ridiculous to me, and I love it, and I love shooting it, and it's just been something that I've sort of been obsessed with. I had gotten in touch with a company called Black Butterfly Ammunition because they have made specific ammunition for the 458 SOCOM, and you know, I was having some problems with this upper, and they kind of helped me out with a lot of things to make this Bear Creek Arsenal upper work much better than when I got it from the company, and you know, had all the problems with it initially, and it's working pretty well. And they said, hey, you want to try out some of these rounds that I have? And I said, absolutely. And so he sent me these. These are 476 grain. They are 975 feet per second hollow points. They're extreme hollow points. They call them the A-bomb because what they're looking to do is deliver 1,000 feet-pounds of energy out of one of these AR-15s at a subsonic pace. But the thing is that makes these different than other hollow points is the way that they are constructed. I want to show you guys, this is a 45 ACP hollow point. These are actually Hornady 185 grain XTP, so these things are, what, like 2 or 3 times the size of those. But when you look at this round, if the camera will focus on it, which it may or may not, try to get it there. There we go. You can see that the tip of that, the hollow point is only a couple millimeters deep, and on the sides of the bullet, if it focuses, the cuts, there are scribed lines down the side of these, and if you guys have had hollow points before, you're familiar with what I'm talking about. Helps the bullet expand when it hits. The difference is with these particular bullets, first of all, they're gigantic. Again, this is a 45, pretty big pistol round. This is a 458 SOCOM. It's ridiculous. This almost looks like a 5.56 that got inflated too big. This one, the tip of this, it's hollow, like all the way down to the bottom of the bullet. And then the scribed lines on the sides, if it will focus on it, there we go, are scribed all the way down to the neck of the casing, making this thing expand at a tremendous rate. And if you guys have ever seen Stranger Things, it should look like one of those Demogorgon things or whatever they're called. I'll put a picture of what it's supposed to look like. And so what we're going to do is we're going to test this out today to see if it does expand like that. We have a couple of our older wood blocks that we're going to shoot. We have our mountain lightning thunder things. We're going to see if it'll stop those, how far it stops into it. And of course we have a bunch of pineapples that we're going to shoot like we always do and see how those go. You know, no. Let's check what the sound difference is between a standard supersonic 458 SOCOM and these suppressed ones, these subsonics, using our little sound pressure meter. And if anyone doesn't like the sound pressure meter because it's not the most expensive one out there, I don't know what to tell you. I get a lot of feedback on that. Go start yourself a YouTube channel called like Best Sound Meter Gun Channel Ever, and do that if you want. But we'll load up the, this is just a regular 1450 feet per second supersonic. The 975 sub is underneath there. We're just going to fire them into the woods, try not to hit anything close so that we can get a decent measurement of the sound. 116.1 for our max sound level, supersonic, but still shooting a suppressor. We're going to go ahead and shoot the subsonic one next after I reset this machine. We got 112.4, and again, if you guys have followed me anytime we've ever shot this type of stuff, A 3 decibel difference in sound pressure is double the volume, essentially. So we've essentially taken the noise in half by running the subsonic ammunition through the suppressor, and it makes, I think with that tip on there, the way that it's completely open, it makes a weird sound as it travels across the valley. Let's get into actually shooting some stuff and see what happens. So we've got one of our old 1x1x1 wood blocks down there. I think it's going to be pretty easy to tell which hole is this one, but we do have our subsonic extreme hollow point, the A-bomb, in there, and we are going to see what kind of damage this thing will do and see if we can get one of those really wild out demigorgon looking bullets out of this thing. So let's see if I can even put a hit on it, and then we'll go down and look at it. And it fractured. I can already see that it fractured the left side of that block out. So let's see if I can find the bullet. Guys, this thing is legit. This block was already kind of, you know, mangled and such from other things, but I think that this thing just split it right in half. It went through 1, 2, 3, 4, and embedded in the 5th, and this is what the bullet looks like. Is that not the wildest thing that you have ever seen? It pretty much worked. It looks like exactly like the pictures online show. It broke up here into 4 different pieces, 4 different tentacles, as you might say, and they all hung on and just really let this bullet use up all of its energy and land right in here. It was in this cavity. When we started pulling this out, it fell right out. And so I think that's a pretty cool looking bullet, and that worked exactly as it was advertised and exactly how it went. It looks like the actual hollow point, I thought it went down to the bottom of the bullet. I was incorrect. It went about halfway down to where it looks like the bullet starts to taper into where it goes into the casing, but pretty cool. Let's see what it does in some other targets. So I bought these pineapples thinking that they were going to be like a fleshier type of target and that maybe this thing would stop. But after going through, what, like 5 layers of wood, I don't think that they're going to stop. But we can see what happens. You see if this expands at all and see what happens to the last of them versus the front ones. And, you know, see if this 458 SOCOM, you know, 476 grain bullet has any time to expand in something as soft as a pineapple. So let's do what we do and give it a shot and see how much this stuff comes back in my face. Here we go. Oh my God. The one's obliterated. I think most of them are obliterated, but let's take a look. So this is just simply devastation. I mean, I cut at least 2 of them in half. The rest of them have significant damage. I don't know which one was where. This one may have been at the end and just got completely blown out of the way, which, if that's the case, I wonder if this bullet is around here somewhere. Oh yeah, there it is. There it is. I did not plant that, guys. I didn't do it, I promise. You probably won't believe me. Or is this, no, is that the one from the wood? I think that's the one from the wood that just ended up falling off the table. Man, that was exciting. But I'm gonna look around here for this bullet, because if that one didn't have a hole in it there and just had that mark on the side, that means that it hit. Is it inside of here? Because there's an entrance. I think it's inside of this. I think it's inside of this pineapple. Hold on, I gotta go get a knife. I'll be right back. Here is the one out of the wood block, just so you don't think that I planted it. I'm just gonna set it right there so you guys can see it. And this is that, I assume, 6th pineapple. So we're gonna slice it open here with my K-bar. And there it is, man. There it is. That is wild. That is wild. This is by far the most effective hollow point that I have ever tried. I don't think that we have ever gotten any hollow point to stop within 6 pineapples, because, you know, it's a pineapple. It's very soft, fleshy type of is it a fruit? I think it's a fruit. And again, exactly as it is designed and supposed to be used. That's wild. I cannot believe it. I for sure thought that it fired off into the ground. I'm impressed. So far today, everything's been pretty soft targets, wood, pineapples, and these bullets have just impressed the living heck out of me. Like I said before, the most impressive hollow points I've ever used in my life. But now we get on a little bit harder target. We've had this weed eater hanging in the tree forever. And so we got some plastic, some aluminum, maybe a little bit of steel in there if we're lucky. And we'll see if I can put a couple on target and see what that does to it. So let's get after it. you can hear the pieces like going in the woods. Since it's all subsonic, the suppressor muffles the blast, so you can hear everything going down range. Let's hit it again. All right, and we've had our first jam of the day, which is unfortunate because thus far this has been running extremely well, but very easy to clear, which is a big improvement from previous times. This thing, I mean, it's just beating the heck out of this weed eater. It's simply gone. The engine is gone. I think that's why the last couple of shots didn't hit anything, because there was very little left to hit. Looks like we got the connecting rod right there. We got pieces of the carburetor, the cylinder. It broke the cylinder right in half. Wherever it hit on the cylinder might be right there. That looks pretty fresh. See the spark plug in there. There are pieces of it everywhere. There's a magneto for the ignition system. I could hear things flying down there into the creek. This thing just, it hits like a ton of bricks. It really lives up to its name as the A-bomb. Let's see if we can get one more thing in before the Kentucky skies go totally dark on us on this warm January day. Before the sun totally gives up on us, I want to do this totally asinine but pretty fun little test to do. We have 19 Mountain Lightning soda cans. We're going to shoot from this side and see how many of these it'll get through, if it'll get through all of them. If it goes off course, it doesn't really matter. A lot of people got mad at me about this one too, like it wasn't fair enough. It's just like we're shooting cans on a table. It's just for fun. This is one where I usually get covered in soda pop, so let's see what happens. Again, no ears because it's subsonic and we have a suppressor on there. So here we go, 19 cans. I am as lined up as I think that I possibly can be. And not too bad. I think it shot most of it that way. So that was a plus. And it looks like the bullet went down through the table, so I might need a new table too. So I want you guys to look at this. There's another bullet. This is, I think, the third one that we were able to recover. And this one even has some of the can shell on it. That's crazy. Again, this is like exactly the way they're supposed to work. And I'm not sure if you guys have bought or tried to use anything in the last 5 to 10 years. Getting something that works the way they say that it's supposed to work is, in my opinion, a rarity these days. But I didn't count all the cans that blew up. I just counted all the cans that we had left. And we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We started out with 19. And I may not be great at math, but it looks like we went through 11. And that's great because it dumped all of the energy. Now, here's the question though. Did it hit the first one and then go through the table, land on the ground over there, and all of that is just the energy of the cans running into each other? Maybe the slow-mo will say something about it. I think that's probably what the case is, but nonetheless, that bullet hit here-ish in this area and landed right there. All the energy was in this area right here. And I think that that's pretty cool. Well, guys, it's getting pretty dark out. I think this may actually be the darkest video that I've ever done, but the A-bombs, the 476 grain, 975 feet per second, extreme hollow point bullet from Black Butterfly Ammunition. It worked really well. We have these three. Slugs, these bullets. We have, let's see, this is the pineapple one. You can see it's got pineapple guts on it. We have the wood one. It's folded back a little bit more, I assume from the resistance. And then we have our soda pop one that's got a little bit of Mountain Lightning wrapper in there, or can on there. You probably can't see it. So guys, if you like this video, be sure to subscribe down below, hit the like button. A big thanks to Black Butterfly Ammunition for providing ammunition for this and for just some general tips and tricks to get this Bear Creek Arsenal up and running. We only had one jam today. It really did well with all of this ammunition that we were shooting today from them. So again, big thanks to them. To be honest with you guys, this was one of the most delicious tests that we've done, and you should treat yourself whenever you're done. So you guys, I'm super happy that you joined with me today, and I'll see you in the next one.